The late afternoon light barely penetrated the heavy tinted glass of the Jade Citadel, headquarters of the Black Koi Syndicate, when 9-year-old Lana Johnson stopped on the curb. She tightly held the worn $5 bill, the only money she had, and knew she was about to do the impossible. Her mother, Ilera, needed $60,000 for a crucial treatment. Her arithmetic said $5 didn't equal $60,000, but fear and love left no room for calculation. Please let him listen, she thought, her eyes fixed on the massive, dark structure. Her faded lavender dress and braided hair made her look out of place as she approached the entrance, walking towards the most feared group in the entire city. The armed men guarding the front door immediately noticed her. One of them tensed, reaching for the radio on his belt. Another muttered a warning and took a step toward her, but at that moment, Jae-won Kim, known across the underworld as the Wraith, exited the citadel. The Black Koi boss was a specter of raw authority and cold menace. His black silk shirt revealed dark, swirling tattoos, coils of smoke and water, that moved across his forearms. A silver dragon clip held back his slick, dark hair. When he moved, the air seemed to thin, and even his most seasoned associates quickly cleared his path. His presence wasn't announced with noise or shouting. It was a cessation of everything else. Lana stopped 3 feet from him. His men froze, every instinct screaming against the scene. A child, an innocent, approaching Jae-won. The desperate, the truly broken, or the very foolish might seek him out. But a 9-year-old girl holding what looked like a cheap lunch ticket? Boss, his second-in-command, Khan started, moving to physically block the girl. Jae-won raised one tattooed hand, a simple, soundless dismissal. His intense, obsidian eyes focused on Lana, and for a terrifying moment, the entire street fell silent. She met his gaze with the pure, unadulterated resolve of someone who had nothing left to protect, but one life. "Will you save my mother?" she asked, her voice a small, clear bell as she held out the crumpled $5 bill. "This is everything I have." The question hung in the humid air. Behind Jae-won Kim, a man infamous for his brutal efficiency, went utterly motionless. The other syndicate members exchanged looks of confusion bordering on disbelief. In the 10 years of the Black Koi's rise, through gang wars, betrayals, and devastating raids, nothing had ever changed Jae-won's expression so subtly yet completely. His jaw locked. His eyes, usually impassive and sharp as cut glass, held a sudden flicker, not of recognition of Lana herself, but of the impossible bind she was trapped in. Jae-won looked at the $5 bill, then back into Lana's desperate, honest eyes, reading the whole devastating story there. The sick mother, the mountainous hospital debt, the unrelenting clock counting down her life, and the small girl who had walked into a den of vipers because every other door had been slammed shut. "Tell me," he said, his voice a low, smooth baritone that commanded attention, the same voice he used to issue fatal orders. "What does your mother truly require?" And Lana Johnson, 9 years old and at the end of her rope, began to explain how her life was collapsing and how a man named Marcus Stone, her mother's cousin, had offered a solution for a price that hurt more than $60,000. Before we go any further, if stories like this resonate with you, make sure you subscribe. It helps keep this channel going, and it lets me know you want more of these narratives. Lana's words poured out in a rush, tripping over one another, a dam of suppressed fear finally breaking. Her mother, Ilera, was suffering from a critical, rare blood disorder. Doctors were no longer discussing recovery, they were discussing comfort. But there was a groundbreaking chance, an experimental, specialized gene therapy available at City General Hospital. It was a new procedure, using modified cells to correct the genetic flaw her mother's body couldn't handle. The specialists agreed. Ilera was an ideal candidate. They said it could save her. They also required the full $60,000 payment immediately. Jae-won listened, his arms still crossed, unmoving. Behind him, Khan had discreetly pulled out a tablet, his fingers already typing. The other associates instinctively moved to form a protective semicircle, shielding the boss and the child from public view. "Our insurance doesn't cover it," Lana continued, squeezing the $5 so hard her nails turned white. "Mom worked so hard, but when she got sick, she lost her job. We were going to be evicted, but then Cousin Marcus said he would help." The way she spoke the name, Cousin Marcus, caused Jae-won's eyes to narrow slightly. He's a social worker, Lana explained, her voice now barely a whisper, as if voicing the truth gave it power. He said he could get the money. He has savings. But, she swallowed hard, he said I would have to live with him forever. He'd file legal papers, say Mom was unable to care for me because of the illness. He showed me the guardianship forms already filled out. Jae-won's face remained neutral, but the atmosphere around him dropped several degrees. A quiet, lethal comprehension settled in. He said once the documents were signed he would pay everything. Lana finished, her voice breaking. The whole $60,000. But Mom would have to give me up for good, even if she got better. He said I had to think of it as a trade. My life for hers. Khan looked up from his tablet, his cheekbone twitching visibly. One of the younger men turned away, resting his head against the cold concrete wall. Jae-won finally moved, sinking down onto one knee so he was eye to eye with Lana. Up close, she could see the detail of the water and smoke tattoos and the faint scar tissue that intersected them. She should have been terrified. Instead, a fragile warmth, a desperate, last-minute hope, blossomed in her chest. This Marcus, Jae-won said, his voice as sharp and precise as a sword being drawn. Did he touch you? No, Lana answered quickly. But the way he looks at me. She couldn't finish the thought, but the unfinished sentence was more eloquent than any description. Jae-won held her gaze, and in his dark eyes, Lana saw something that made her take a sharp intake of breath. It was not danger aimed at her, but a terrifying, focused rage that promised someone was about to learn a harsh lesson about exploiting the innocent. Give me his complete name, Jae-won commanded. If you're still here, thank you, and don't forget to subscribe so you never miss the rest of stories like this. Jae-won remained on one knee, his tattooed arm extended slightly toward Lana in a gesture of profound, unexpected respect. The swirling, inky koi fish on his skin seemed to pulse in the afternoon sun, a symbol of protection. For a moment, the street corner was transformed. Not a meeting between a crime boss and a victim, but a sanctuary for someone who had nowhere else to turn. Lana's hand shook as she extended the $5 bill again, insisting he take it, offering her entire world's worth of currency. Please, she whispered. It's all I have. Maybe it can help. Jae-won's touch was surprisingly delicate. He closed his fingers around her small hand, folding her own back over the bill. Keep it, he said, his voice too low for anyone but her to hear. You're going to use that for something sweet when this is done. A big sundae maybe. Whatever 9-year-olds buy with $5. Tears welled up in Lana's eyes. A mix of confusion and overwhelming gratitude. But I must pay you, she whispered. Mama always said nothing comes free. Your mother is right about most people, Jae-won interrupted, still holding her hand closed around the money. But today you came to the different people. He released her hand and rose, his presence shifting from gentle to utterly dominant in one movement. The change was sudden and breathtaking. One moment, he was kneeling before a child. The next, he was the Wraith again. A man whose command could make fortunes or bury bodies. Khan, he stated without looking away from Lana's face, as if searing the memory of her courage into his mind. His chief enforcer stepped forward instantly. Khan was intimidating, a wall of silence and strength. The kind of man whose presence alone could stop a fight. But looking down at Lana, the hardness in his features softened almost imperceptibly. Take her to the Willow Creek safe house, Jae-won ordered. The one Ms. Lee has running. Make sure she eats. Make sure she is safe and comfortable. And Khan, he paused, his tone dropping to one of absolute, non-negotiable finality. No one touches her. No one even looks at her with ill intent. She is under the Black Koi Syndicate's protection. Spread that word through every line of communication we possess. Yes, boss. Khan's reply was a simple affirmation. Jae-won turned back to Lana, and the gentle expression returned for a fleeting second. We will resolve this, he said with the calm certainty of a man who never failed to achieve his objective. Your mother will receive her therapy. And Marcus. The name was spoken with a contemptuous finality. Marcus is about to discover what happens when a little girl's desperation is mistaken for easy opportunity. Behind him, the syndicate was already in motion. Phones appeared, terse communications began. The Black Koi Syndicate was mobilizing, And somewhere in the city, Marcus Stone was blissfully unaware that his world was about to be obliterated. Take a breath, and if you haven't already, subscribe. It helps keep these stories alive. The command center in the Jade Citadel was where empires were planned and enemies were strategically removed. Jae-won sat at a polished black table, his hands pressed together as three of his top lieutenants presented information with mechanical efficiency. Marcus Stone, 42, reported Sarah, the syndicate's chief intelligence officer, her screen light reflecting off her glasses. Worked as a coordinator for Metro Child Welfare Services for 7 years. Clean sheet on paper. But the paper is a lie. How thoroughly did you check? Jae-won asked, his voice low and casual, as if discussing a slight business acquisition, not the total dismantling of a man's life. Deep enough to find the dirt, Sarah replied, pulling up a collection of documents. 3 separate complaints filed against him in the last 4 years, all buried, all handled with private out-of-department settlements. 2 involved allegations of inappropriate conduct with children under his supervision. 1 involved a foster parent claiming he used threats to force her to sign custody transfer papers. Jae-won's expression remained fixed, his gaze unwavering. Settlements, cash payments, non-disclosure agreements, the full package, confirmed Talon, the syndicate's financial expert. A precise man who could track dirty funds across multiple countries before his morning coffee. He paid out of his own funds. $35,000 to one family, $20,000 to another. For a social worker earning $65,000 a year, the math is suspicious. Inheritance sera interjected. His parents passed 5 years ago, leaving him approximately $400,000. He's been systematically draining it. Current liquid assets estimated at $75,000. Which means he has the $60,000 for Lana's mother. Jae-won finished, his voice now cold, deadly steel. He is not offering compassion. He is attempting to purchase a child. The room went silent for a beat. Even these men and women who lived on the edge of morality felt a distinct chill. There is more, Sarah continued, her fingers flying across the keys. I accessed his case files via our contact at MCWS. Over the 7 years, Marcus has managed 51 child welfare cases. 25 of those resulted in custody transfers. Of those 25, 12 were placed in homes later flagged for investigation. Financial coercion, inadequate care, 1 documented physical assault. He's not merely a predator, Jae-won said softly, rising from his chair to look out at the city lights. He is a trafficker. He leverages his official position to move vulnerable children into situations he controls or profits from. Khan entered, his demeanor grim. The girl is secure. She ate well. She asked about her mother. Jae-won turned from the window, his eyes holding the familiar, terrifying intensity his lieutenants recognized just before decisive action. Sarah, I want every detail you can gather. Every complaint, every settlement, every suspicious transfer. Talon, trace the money. I need to know every account, every asset, every dark corner where he hides his crimes. And Marcus himself? Khan asked. Jae-won gave a small chilling smile. The smile of a predator before the strike. Find him. Bring him to me. It is time Mr. Stone learned the difference between the government's brand of justice and ours. If this chapter touched something in you, tap subscribe. There's so much more ahead. They located Marcus Stone in the underground garage of his high-rise apartment. He was holding his briefcase, his tie loosened after what he likely considered a routine Tuesday. He didn't see the black, unmarked SUVs until they were already blocking the only exit ramps. By then, his time for escape was over. Jae-won stepped out of the lead vehicle with Khan and 4 others, their heavy footsteps echoing in the concrete structure like a judgment. Marcus froze by his sedan, his hand near his pocket where his phone was, his mind finally connecting the dots his instinct had already screamed at him. Marcus Stone, Jae-won began, his voice calm, almost polite, as he walked closer. We need to discuss the proposition you presented to a 9-year-old girl. Marcus's face cycled through expressions. Confusion, realization, stark fear, and then bizarrely, indignant self-righteousness. He squared his shoulders, using his briefcase like a pitiful defense. I have no idea who you people are, but I'm an employee of the city, A social worker. Whatever you think you are doing, I demand you cease. Demand? Jae-won repeated, stopping 10 feet away. His tattooed arms were crossed, his posture radiating quiet menace. You intend to issue demands to me? I have statutory authority over Lana Johnson, Marcus declared, injecting false confidence into his voice, retreating behind the bureaucratic shield he'd used for years. Her mother is terminally ill and unable to provide suitable care. I've initiated legal guardianship proceedings through the proper channels. The court paperwork is filed. Khan moved instantly, covering the distance in 2 blurring strides, plucking the briefcase from Marcus's grip with effortless ease. Marcus tried to protest, but the sound died when he met Khan's cold, ancient eyes. The paperwork, Jae-won said softly, nodding for Khan to open the briefcase. Inside were the custody documents, signed by Marcus, awaiting only a desperate mother's signature. Tell me, Marcus, is it standard protocol to offer $60,000 in exchange for permanent legal guardianship? Is that in the MCWS policy handbook? That's a private family arrangement, Marcus stammered, his certainty rapidly eroding. I was trying to be benevolent. The girl requires stability, and her mother needs specialized gene therapy. Jae-won cut him off, his voice glacial. And you, Marcus, need a 9-year-old girl so badly you will pay $60,000 for her. That is not benevolence. That is purchase. Marcus flushed crimson. You cannot understand the complexities of child welfare. I have legal standing. I am a blood relative. Any judge will. Any judge will what? Jae-won asked, pulling a manila file from beneath his jacket. Will they overlook the 3 previous complaints? The settlements you paid? The documented pattern of suspicious custody transfers? He tossed the folder at Marcus's feet. We know everything, Marcus. Every family you paid off. Every child you moved. Every crime you thought you buried. Marcus looked down at the scattered papers, his face turning ashen. When he looked back up, the bureaucratic confidence was entirely gone, replaced by naked, primal terror. What do you want? He whispered. Jae-won smiled, a dangerous, frightening sight. I want you to pay very close attention to what happens next. Before we move on, a small favor. Subscribe if you're enjoying the journey so far. Jae-won bent down, retrieving one of the papers that had fallen, holding it up clearly in the garage's fluorescent light. It was a bank record with multiple highlighted transactions, each one corresponding to a date Marcus remembered with damning clarity. $35,000 to the Chun family, Jae-won recited, his voice the measured rhythm of a slow executioner. Paid 3 days after they filed a complaint alleging you behaved inappropriately with their daughter during a home assessment. The complaint vanished. The Chuns moved away. You kept your position. He dropped that page and picked up another. $20,000 to the Davies family. Their son testified you told him his disabled father would lose custody unless he collaborated with your special evaluations. That complaint also disappeared. Another page. $15,000 to Sarah Beck, a foster mother who claimed you falsified records to move children from stable homes into sites where you received illegal kickbacks. Marcus's breathing was shallow, his eyes darting to the unseen exits. Those were mediated settlements, legal settlements. You can't. We can, Jae-won interrupted, rising to his full height. Because unlike you, Marcus, we do not hide behind procedure and paperwork. We operate in the dark, which means we understand how the dark functions. He gestured to Khan, who produced a second, thicker file. These are copies, Jae-won continued. The originals are currently held by 5 different people. A senior prosecutor, who owes the Black Koi a favor. An investigative journalist specializing in institutional corruption. A federal agent looking to make a career-defining case. A family court judge who champions child welfare. And a city detective whose daughter is Lana's exact age. Marcus's legs almost gave out. He braced himself against his car, his briefcase hitting the concrete with a dull, empty sound. Here is your future, Jae-won stated, his voice carrying the immovable weight of fate. You will withdraw every custody filing concerning Lana Johnson. Tonight, you will draft a signed letter permanently relinquishing any claim to her care, citing unforeseen personal circumstances. You will resign from MCWS, effective immediately. And then Marcus, you will disappear. Disappear. Marcus whispered. Leave the city. Leave the state. We do not care where you go. Only that you go far and stay gone. Jae-won leaned in slightly. Because if you hesitate, if you even think about challenging this, every document in these folders will be delivered simultaneously. Your career will end. Your freedom will end. And considering your crimes against children, Marcus, prison will be an incredibly harsh education for you. The implied threat was clear. Child abusers do not survive well behind bars, and everyone in that garage knew it. You have 48 hours, Jae-won finished straightening his clothes. After that, the calls begin. Marcus scrambled for his car, his hands shaking so violently he dropped his keys twice. As he sped away, tires screeching, Khan watched with cold satisfaction. Think he'll actually run? Khan asked. Jae-won smiled darkly. He is already running. He just hasn't realized he will never stop. Still with me? Then hit subscribe. It means more than you know. The Black Koi Holdings vault was concealed behind a legitimate import-export firm on the waterfront. 3 floors of servers and encrypted communications where the syndicate's wealth was routed through layers of shell companies. Jae-won walked in at midnight, and the room instantly fell silent. I need $60,000, he announced without preamble. It must be clean, verifiable funds, traceable to legitimate sources, and I need it before sunrise. His chief accountant, a woman known as Numbers, who had once laundered $3 million through a casino's ledger without leaving a single trace, looked up with professional curiosity. Boss, we have $60,000 in operational cash. You want me to? No, Jae-won interrupted, walking to the large screen displaying the syndicate's real-time cash flow. Not syndicate money. It must be clean enough to be transferred directly to City General Hospital for medical therapy. No questions, no flags, no federal notice. A ripple of understanding passed through the room. This was not business. This was personal. Numbers pulled up a separate terminal, her fingers flying. We have funds in the legitimate enterprises. The restaurant group has $42,000 in liquid capital. The development firm has another $35,000 in their accounts. The logistics company. Liquidate what is required from those sources, Jae-won ordered. And I want every high-value debt collected tonight. Every entity that owes the Black Koi money, every one we have protected, every business that benefited from our arrangements, they pay now. Talon entered, tablet in hand, already accessing accounts. Boss, we have outstanding accounts receivable totaling nearly $200,000. The club owner on First Street owes $18,000. The luxury condo developer in the Central District owes $25,000. All of them, Jae-won stated flatly. I do not care if it is inconvenient. I do not care if they need time. They have until 6 a.m. to deliver cash or verified transfers. Anyone who resists gets a personal visit from Khan. The room erupted into organized chaos. Phones being used, calls being made, messages being sent. The Black Koi network activated like a dormant machine switching on. Across the city, various people who thought they had weeks to settle their obligations suddenly received urgent, non-negotiable messages. Pay now or face immediate, severe consequences. Numbers worked on 3 keyboards at once, transferring capital from shell accounts, consolidating funds, routing the money through legitimate channels until it emerged pristine on the other side. We have $47,000. She called out after 20 minutes. Another $13,000 and we are finished. The poker game, Khan said, entering the room with his phone pressed to his ear. The weekly high-stakes game. It's running now. I can pull $15,000 from the house take tonight. Jae-won nodded once. Do it. Boss, Numbers said quietly, looking up from her screens. This is significant risk for one civilian. A massive deployment of resources for. We save the mother, Jae-won interrupted, his voice carrying absolute finality. That is the objective. That is the only objective. Complete the transfer. Numbers met his gaze for a long moment, then gave a slight, knowing smile and returned to her work. Yes, boss. We save the mother. If your heart is following this story, let it guide your finger to the subscribe button. The dawn arrived, illuminating the waterfront in soft, warm colors, and Numbers looked up from her terminal, exhausted but triumphant. $62,418, she announced. All clean, all sourced from legitimate business revenue and anonymous donations from several charitable entities. Jae-won, who had not rested, not even shifted his position during the night's work, gave a single firm nod. Transfer the funds. The money moved through channels that would satisfy even the most cautious hospital administrator. A development firm's community outreach program, a restaurant group's employee hardship fund, donations from 3 small business owners, all citing gratitude for the city's improving business climate. By 7:15 a.m., City General Hospital's financial department confirmed a $60,000 payment for the specialized gene therapy of one Lana Johnson, with instructions that any surplus funds be allocated to her subsequent care. Dr. Chun, the specialist overseeing the therapy, arrived to find the confirmation in her inbox. She stared at the total for a full minute, reading the memo 3 times. Only 2 days ago, she had tearfully informed a terrified 9-year-old girl that without payment, her mother could not be accepted. Now somehow, impossibly, the entire amount had appeared. Overnight. She did not question the source. She was a doctor, and she recognized a miracle when she saw one, no matter how it arrived. By 9:30 a.m., Lana Johnson was admitted, prepped, and receiving her first intravenous dose of the modified cell therapy. The treatment was slow, requiring weeks for full effect, but the team was optimistic. Her initial markers were responding, and she was stronger than her medical history suggested. Jae-won received the update via encrypted message. Transfer complete. Recipient stable. Therapy initiated, 0 complications. He was in his office at the Jade Citadel. The morning sun streaming through windows overlooking the territory he ruled. Khan stood nearby, waiting. The girl, Jae-won asked. Still at the safe house. Ms. Lee prepared her breakfast. Eggs, fresh fruit juice. She finished it all. She is asking when she can visit her mother. Arrange it, Jae-won said quietly. This afternoon, hospital visitation. Ensure she has respectable attire. A child should not visit her mother. He trailed off, and Khan understood. Looking desperate, looking frightened, looking like she'd walked into a crime lord's domain with $5 and a prayer. Already handled, boss. Ms. Lee took her shopping this morning. New dress, new coat. Khan paused. The girl wept. Tears of joy. Jae-won turned back to the window, his tattooed arms folded. Somewhere in the sprawling city, Marcus Stone was fleeing in panic. Somewhere else, a mother was receiving life-saving therapy. And in a safe house, a 9-year-old girl was experiencing true relief for the first time in months. Good, Jae-won said softly. That is good. Stories like this take time to craft. If you want more, subscribe. I'd love to keep making them for you. Ms. Lee had been a high school teacher for 35 years before she retired. In that time, she had seen every type of young person pass through her classroom. The gifted, the struggling, the children carrying unseen, heavy burdens. When Jae-won called and asked her to take in a 9-year-old girl for a few months, she asked no questions. She had known him since he was a troubled 16-year-old, had taught him ethics and helped him earn his equivalency degree after the streets derailed his education. She knew what he was now, the Wraith, the crime boss. But she also knew that when Jae-won made a request, it was for something that mattered. Lana moved into Ms. Lee's simple, comfortable home in Willow Creek 3 days after her mother's treatment started. The house smelled of lavender and paperbacks, and her new room had soft blue walls and a window overlooking a small garden, where peonies were beginning to bloom. It was modest, but it was profoundly secure. And security was a forgotten luxury for Lana. You can visit your mother every afternoon after school, Ms. Lee told her, carefully folding the new clothes Lana had received. I will drive you myself, and we will stay as long as the nurses permit. Lana nodded, smoothing a new sweater, then looked up with an expression that seemed too serious for a child. Why is Mr. Kim doing this? He doesn't even know us. Ms. Lee sat on the edge of the bed, choosing her words with precision. Sometimes, she said slowly, People who have faced great hardship understand the depth of human need. And sometimes, the people everyone labels as monsters are the only ones brave enough to fight other monsters. That afternoon, Jae-won visited the hospital for the first time. He came alone without Khan, without his usual retinue, wearing a plain charcoal shirt that obscured most of his tattoos. He was always uncomfortable in hospitals, too many ghosts of past injuries and lost friends. Lana Johnson was conscious when he entered, sitting up, and 4-line administering the modified cells that were now beginning their programmed work. She looked fragile, weakened by the long fight, but her eyes were clear. When she saw him, and recognized the distinctive tattoos Lana must have described, her eyes filled with tears. "You are him," she whispered. Jae-won paused at the foot of her bed, feeling a rare moment of uncertainty he never experienced in conflict. "Yes, ma'am. My daughter told me what you did, what you are still doing." Alara's voice was thick with emotion. "She said you took her $5 and made a miracle." "I did not take the money," Jae-won corrected softly. "She still has it." A tear tracked down Alara's cheek, followed by another. She reached out one shaking hand towards him. After a short hesitation, he moved closer, letting her grasp his fingers with a surprising, firm grip. "Thank you," she whispered. The words carried the immeasurable gratitude of a mother granted a second chance. "Thank you for saving my life. Thank you for protecting my daughter. Thank you for..." Her voice failed her, but the thought was complete. Jae-won squeezed her hand gently, acknowledging the strength of the woman who had raised a child brave enough to walk into the worst part of the city with a single bill. He simply nodded. "Recover well," he said. "Your daughter is waiting for you. One more chapter remains. Before we finish, subscribe so you're here when the next story drops." 2 months passed. Dr. Chen stood in Lana Johnson's hospital room, holding test results that allowed a genuine, professional smile to break through. "The genetic markers are stable," she announced simply. "All evidence of the disease is gone. The therapy was profoundly successful. You are disease-free." Alana collapsed into silent tears, and Lana, who had been holding her mother's hand during the consultation, buried her face in her mother's shoulder, sobbing with a relief that shook her small frame. They had lived beneath a constant cloud of terror for so long that the sudden freedom felt surreal, like waking from a long, suffocating nightmare to the reality of daylight. On the day Alana was discharged, Jae-won was absent. He maintained his distance throughout her recovery, visiting only twice more briefly, always ensuring mother and daughter were entirely provided for. But 3 days after Alana returned to a new apartment, one that mysteriously appeared in her name with a year's rent prepaid, a small package arrived at the Jade Citadel. Inside was the $5 bill, pressed flat, accompanied by a note in a child's careful handwriting. "Thank you for showing me that $5 can change the world when the right person holds it. Love, Lana." Jae-won held the bill for a long time, examining the creases where small fingers had desperately clutched it. The worn paper, a testament to a last, desperate hope. He then summoned his inner circle to his private office. Khan, Sarah, Numbers, Talon, and 3 others. They found him standing before a plain black frame mounted behind his desk. Inside, carefully protected, was Lana's $5 bill. 2 months ago, Jae-won began, without preamble. A 9-year-old girl walked into our world with this. She had nothing. No political connections, no leverage, no power, only fierce love for her mother and the courage to ask for help in the only place everyone told her was too dangerous. His lieutenants stood in perfect silence, understanding that this was a foundational moment for their organization. "We are criminals," Jae-won continued, his voice carrying the full weight of truth. "We violate laws. We harm those who deserve it, and sometimes those who do not. We must live in the shadows, or the light would eliminate us." "But that $5 bill," he gestured to the framed currency, "represents something the system could not provide. When official channels failed, when predators were protected, when bureaucracy became a weapon against the innocent, we intervened. We executed the necessary action." He turned to face them fully. "This is the Black Koi Syndicate's truest source of power. Not the territory we command. Not the money we accumulate. Not the fear we instill. Our darkest power is this. We can protect the completely helpless when no one else will." We can be monsters who hunt other monsters. And sometimes that is the only justice that exists. Khan nodded slowly, realization dawning in his eyes. A new doctrine. Not new, Jae-won corrected. Only clarified. The $5 code. When an individual approaches us with nothing but a sincere heart and desperate need, we respond. Always. The inner circle absorbed this in silence, each man and woman recalling the memory of powerlessness, of needing help that never arrived, of facing overwhelming odds alone. Lana's story remains internal, Jae-won directed. The world does not require the knowledge, but we remember it, every one of us. Because the day we forget the meaning of that $5 bill, is the day we become the very monsters we pledged to hunt. Numbers spoke quietly. The girl, will we see her again? Jae-won offered a genuine, soft smile. She is 9 years old, with a healthy mother and a safe home. If we performed our duty correctly, she will never need to see us again. He looked back at the framed bill, and in the glass's reflection, he saw not the feared crime lord, but the desperate, abandoned child he once was. The one who needed assistance that never came, who learned to survive in darkness because the light had rejected him. But she will remember, he said softly. And so will we. The $5 bill remained on the wall, a permanent reminder that power without defined purpose is merely violence, and that sometimes the most crucial battles are fought not for profit or territory, but for a 9-year-old girl who believed that $5 could purchase a miracle. She had been absolutely right. It could. If the right monsters were listening. If this story stayed with you, let's stay connected. Hit subscribe.